Hey everybody, it's Rachel from Wraps by Rachel. Totally risking being eaten alive by mosquitoes out here outside of my house. It is, today is day one of my 75 hard challenge. And so far I've had an amazing day. I went for a 2.34, it's really cool how that worked out. 2.34 mile run, just sort of worked out that way. This morning, did more walking than running, but that's okay. It's my first run in almost 3 years. And then I went to the gym this afternoon. So one of the things that I did, because today was a half day for me at my day job, I went to Barnes & Noble because part of the 75 hard challenge is to read at least 10 pages of a self-help book every day. And remember I had said that my friend who's doing this challenge with me, she chooses to remain anonymous, and I certainly respect that. We had decided together that could include just reading as a general statement or doing some other form of self-care. That could be something like giving yourself a manicure, doing some craft time, that sort of thing. But I really didn't have anything that I could use for reading material because I've never really bought a self-help book before. But I was kind of fascinated by the concept, and here's what I decided to do. Well, I have been doing Gluebooks lately in addition to junk journals, and I decided that one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to make a inspirational Gluebook for myself and put pictures of like really strong, kick-ass ladies in there, people working out, again, mostly women, and also just kind of inspirational quotes, things along those lines. So one of the things that I'll show you what I got. So when I was over at the, I'm gonna move this just a little bit here, just so the sun isn't quite in my eyes and then I'm not like partly obscured by shadow. So I bought some magazines. I bought myself a copy of Runner's World. Yeah, absolutely. Runner's World. Oxygen. Oxygen is a magazine that is specifically for women. It's primarily a weightlifting type magazine, but so it's a little more hardcore than Shape, but it's not like muscle and fitness. It's sort of a, a nice combination in between with a focus on being lean and being toned, that sort of thing, and an emphasis on the natural physique. So I bought that one. And then this is a new magazine for me. It's called Strong, and it's a Strong Fitness magazine. I have literally never seen it before, but what I love is right up here it says that this is a special empowerment issue, so I think that I'm going to find a lot of really good stuff in here. Okay, so moving on to some of the books. Well, if most days, even like half of the days, I'm actually going to be reading, then I needed to have at least 750 pages divided by 2. I needed at least 300 pages of books. So basically what I did is I bought myself 3 books. I figured this is a good starting point, and who knows what as I read these books, who knows what it is I think that I'll kind of need for myself. I was a little overwhelmed being in the self-help book section when I was over at the Barnes & Noble, but I found some things that I think are going to be helpful for me. And, it takes a lot to share this kind of stuff with other people. But in part, this is an accountability for myself. And, hey, if the things that I say, if it helps other women, if it helps other people in their weight loss journey, I'm like smacking away mosquitoes. If it helps other people in their weight loss journey, you know what? So be it, right? It's not easy. It's not easy losing weight. It's not easy trying to get back into exercise and diet and all of that kind of stuff. It's, anybody who it comes easy for, they're like competing in the Olympics, right? It's not the average person. But so the first book that I got is something that I think is really going to be very helpful immediately for me. Anybody who knows me knows that I have historically had issues with insomnia every so often. And sometimes I'll go for months where, you know, maybe I have 3 hours of sleep a night. So one of the books that I bought for myself, it's called The Science of Sleep, and Stop Chasing a Good Night's Sleep and Let It Find You. And this is a book done by the DK company, and they tend to kind of be a little less hippy-dippy, a little bit more kind of demonstrative with their books. So, you know, this is not necessarily like, you know, heavy-duty kind of reading. That's okay, right? So there's a lot of pictures and infographics and stuff like that. That's completely fine. But hopefully, if I can get better sleep, then I'll be able to do better with my exercise routines and be able to get up earlier and be able to work out better. So this is the first book that I'm going to be working on, is trying to figure out how to, you know, naturally deal with my insomnia. I really don't want to have to like be on Ambien for the rest of my life. I've never taken Ambien. If that works for you, that's great. But I've really resisted it for a variety of reasons. Yes, I have tried melatonin, and that didn't work for me. Basically, when I took melatonin, yeah, I would go to sleep and everything, but I would have these really vivid dreams that really, they weren't pleasant, okay? I had horrible, very violent kinds of dreams where I was in like a violent sort of landscape and seeing very ugly, brutal things, and I didn't like that. So I'm not interested in doing that again. But maybe I can find some other things that are going to help me. Okay, moving along. All right, so my next one, this is written by Twyla Tharp. She is a choreographer and a dancer. This book apparently was written at age 79, and it's Keep It Moving, Lessons for the Rest of Your Life. Exhilarating melange of sage advice and stamina building exercises, says Oprah from Oprah Magazine. So, yeah, I think that this, I mean, wow, Twyla Tharp, you know, like, cool. And did you know that a million years ago, I used to be a dancer. I was a dancer from about age 5, 6. I guess I started taking lessons at that point, and I did it through maybe like sophomore, junior year of high school. So this seems like it's going to be a really neat book for me to read, and hopefully I'll get some really awesome stuff out of this one. Okay, and then the next book that I got is a self-help book. This just entertains me so much. What Would Frida Do? A Guide to Living Boldly. I love Frida Kahlo, and you know, I just yeah, maybe I'll find some good stuff about this. It was in the self-help area. It's also biography / self-help. That's how they are classifying this on the back. And those are the 3 books that I have chosen. So thanks so much for listening to my talking about what it is that I'm doing here on the 75 Hard Challenge, which my friend and I are also called the Get It Right and Get It Tight Challenge. And thanks so much. Thank you for all your love and support. Hey, if you are new to my channel and you appreciate the things that I have said here, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and create a 75 Hard Challenge playlist for the videos that I'm making, and I'm not necessarily going to check in every day, but I'm going to sort of check in often and let you all know how I am doing with this and what I'm going through, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that kind of stuff. So have a great day. Thanks so much.